Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome back. We're going to be talking about Venus and all the signs, Aries through Pisces, in honor of Venus Day. So let's get into it. Alright, starting off, Venus in Aries. Now, if you were born with your natal Venus in Aries, you are a very fast, passionate, and direct lover. Like, you're going to fall in love real fast. You're going to trust your gut instinct when it comes to love, when it comes to your desires, because Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the planet of war. It's very direct. It's very action-oriented. So Venus in Aries is going to approach love in almost like a warlike manner. You know, you're going to want to just go for what you want. No hesitation. Just go for it. Direct. You're not going to hide who you like. Venus and Aries don't see the point in that. Like, if you like someone, they're gonna know. If you like a Venus and Aries, you'll know if they like you back. Like, they can't hide that shit. Now, Venus and Aries also can struggle with feeling like they're almost like alone in love, if that makes sense. Because if you think about it, Aries' sister sign is Libra, which is the sign of relationships. So it's like the self versus the self and others, you know, I versus we. So when your Venus is in Aries, technically your Venus is in its detriment, because Venus likes to be in Aries' sister sign. It likes to be in Libra, where it's all about, you know, harmony and balance and compromise. So when Venus is in Aries, it's not as aware of those things, you know. It's more about the fight for love. It's more about the conquest in a way. It's about the chase. Venus in Aries loves the chase. And Venus in Aries can also feel like everything is on them when it comes to relationships. Like, all the moves have to be made by them. It's not as much about the equal give and take in a Venus and Aries mind. It's more about, like, what do I do? Like, what do I want? What are my desires, you know? What do I value? Because Aries is the first sign, you know, it rules the self. It's kind of a selfish sign, you know. Nothing wrong with that in small quantities, but, you know, it's something to be aware of. Venus and Aries may just not be as aware of that equal give and take, because they're so in love with the passion and the fire involved in love, and, you know, they just want to be excited. They just want to have fun and feel passionate and feel that fire. Like, if you're boring, you're not gonna get a Venus and Aries. Like, you're not gonna be able to keep their attention. Sorry. Alright, Venus in Taurus. Now, Venus rules Taurus, so Venus loves being in Taurus. This is one of its home signs. Now, Taurus is fixed earth. So with Venus and Taurus, you're gonna really love, like, the sensual comforts of life, you know. Taurus rules your physical senses. It rules touch, taste, you know, all that good textural, like, sensual stuff. Food. Venus and Taurus loves good food. Oh my god. Venus and Taurus just wants a good meal, wants a good bath, wants to take a good nap with bae. You know, like, wants to get all cozy, wants to get all cuddly. Venus in Taurus just wants to feel safe and secure and comfortable. Like, if you have Venus in Taurus, you're pretty good at maintaining, like, long-term relationships, because you like for things to stay the same. You like to feel like your relationship is something that you can count on. It's not gonna be this source of instability in your life. It's not gonna be a source of stress, you know. Venus in Taurus just loves, like, the simple life, you know, natural pleasures, like, loves being in nature, loves feeling connected to the earth, loves feeling connected to their body. You know, Venus in Taurus, if you got your Venus in Taurus, like, you need to have a good self-care routine for yourself. Like, you need to make sure that on the daily you are getting in tune with your bodily senses, because, you know, that's what you value. That is what you desire. You want to feel like you're being physically taken care of. You deserve some luxury. Also, Venus in Taurus loves expensive things because Taurus rules money. So Taurus rules that luxury lifestyle. So if you got your Venus in Taurus, you're gonna like some nice things. You know, if you like a Venus in Taurus, maybe buy them dinner, get them some cute shit. Just saying. All right, Venus in Gemini. So Gemini is mutable air, and Gemini rules communication. So if you have your Venus in Gemini, it's what's most important for you in a partner is that y'all can talk. Like, you need to be able to learn and converse with your partner, with bae. Like, you need to have interesting text conversations. Like, talking is the most important part, because otherwise you're just gonna get bored. Like, you will not be interested. If you have your Venus in Gemini and someone's like a dry texter, it's just not gonna work. Like, you need to be intellectually stimulated. Otherwise, like, what's the point, you know? That's what a Venus in Gemini values. Venus in Gemini values ideas and thoughts and learning and being open to new perspectives. Like, you want to experience many different lovers, many different baes, because, you know, that's how you learn. That's how you learn what you like, is by trying different things out, dipping your toes in to different types of relationships, different types of people. Not like that. Venus and Gemini, also amazing writers. Like, in terms of artists, y'all are really capable of communicating in such a beautiful way. Like, Venus and Gemini has a way with words. Let me just say that. All right, Venus and Cancer. So if you have your Venus in Cancer, Cancer is cardinal water, and it's ruled by the moon, which is all about emotions and comfort and home. So if you've got your Venus in Cancer, you just want to feel, you know, safe and cozy. It's in a little bit of a different way than Venus in Taurus, because Venus in Taurus is Earth. So it's all about feeling physically secure, like you have everything you need, because Taurus is I have, whereas Cancer is I feel. So when it comes to Venus and Cancer, you're going to crave more of an emotional type of security rather than like a physical type of security. Like, you want to know that your bae has your back and will take care of you and will nurture you and listen to your feelings and, you know, like, give you a hug, cry with you. Like, you just want to feel that type of soft, sweet love. Like, Venus and Cancer will be so romantic, so sweet, because they just, you know, they want to feel all cozy with bae. But the thing is, because, you know, Cancer's the crab, so if you think about it, it's got a really soft inside and like a hard shell. And that hard shell is to protect the soft inside. So Cancers are really, really like soft and sensitive, but, you know, they got some bite. They got those claws. Like, they've got that hard shell to protect themselves. They're a little bit guarded. So if you're dealing with a Venus in Cancer, they're gonna take some time to like warm up to you and open up, because, you know, they know how sensitive they are, and they know, like, when they open their heart to you, like, you have a lot of power over them. Like, when they open their heart to you, it's open. It's very emotionally in tune, and they'll take care of you. So they don't want to just open their heart for just anybody. You know, they gotta make sure that you're worth it, that you're trustworthy, that you're safe. You know, they really want someone who just feels like home. They want someone who feels safe. And moving on to Venus in Leo. Now, Leo is fixed fire. If you got your Venus in Leo, love is all about you. Love is all about getting that attention that you deserve, you know. Venus in Leo is also very romantic. And it's in more of a big display type of romance, you know. Like, they want the whole bouquet of flowers. They want the balloons. They want that big-ass stuffed animal. I mean, not all Venus and Leos, but that's the sentiment, essentially. Like, if your bae has a Venus in Leo, you better be showing up and showing out for them this Valentine's Day, because they deserve it, and they'll let you know that they deserve it. So, yeah, Venus and Leo, you know, you want someone who's gonna just be there and, like, let you love them. Like, you want that sustained passion, because the difference between Venus and Leo and Venus and Aries, they're both fire signs, but Aries is cardinal fire, so it's about always moving forward to the next passion, the next exciting thing. Like, you know, Venus and Aries can get bored. Venus and Leo is fixed, so Venus and Leo, like, when you got someone, you will hold on to them, and there'll just be endless passion there. Like, you're able to just keep up that passion and sustain it because it's fixed fire. And you'll just continue to show your bae how awesome they are, how much you love them. Like, you know, Venus and Leo are very, very loyal lovers. Like, they will protect you. They, you know, it's the lion. They have a lot of pride. Like, if you're their bae, it's because you make them look good. Just saying. There's something about you that makes the Venus and Leo feel like, ooh, okay, I can have you hanging around me. I don't mind, you know. All right. So Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo. So this is mutable Earth. Venus in Virgo is interesting because, you know, Venus is in its fall in Virgo. It doesn't really like to be here because, you know, Venus is about love. It's about the experience. It's about that feeling. And Virgo likes to overthink. Virgo likes to overanalyze something until it can understand every little detail. And, you know, Virgo has the tendency to kind of not see the big picture and just focus on the details, almost to a fault, you know. So in love, this can show up as acts of service. So Venus in Virgo loves to, like, do little things for bae, like run errands with bae, or like just do little tasks to help them out. Venus in Virgo is also the type to kind of do things secretly, like do things for bae without telling them, and just kind of to see if they're gonna notice. You know, they have such an acute attention to detail. Like, honestly, Venus in Virgo has the best attention to detail. Like, think about any musicians with Venus in Virgo, Kaytranada, I could name a few, but, like, all of them are so consistent with their art. Like, all of them have this immaculate, acute attention to detail. Like, they're perfectionists. They want a perfect love. They desire perfection. Like, that's what Venus is your desires. And in Virgo, like, you just want the purest love, the purest perfection. You just want to do things for bae, serve them. You know, whatever that means for you. It could just be, like, little things, but some Venus and Virgos are into more than that. But Venus and Virgo, it feels really good for a Venus and Virgo if you, as Venus and Virgo's bae, notice the little details, you know? Because that's what they value. They know that all the little details add up to this perfect picture. But it takes time, and they can feel really kind of anxious or chaotic in love because there are so many details they want to get right. And the thing is, love isn't always, it's not about, like, getting it right, you know? So that's why Venus is in its fall in Virgo, because, you know, it can lose sight of the actual feeling part of it and get too wrapped up in, like, what they need to do to maintain it. Yeah. Alright, we're going on to Venus in Libra now. Now, Libra is another one of Venus's home signs. It's cardinal air, rules relationships, rules connections, rules, like, social dynamics. So with Venus in Libra, you're just gonna want, like, a sweet, harmonious, balanced relationship. You want something kind of light. Venus and all the air signs want something that doesn't feel too smothering. Like, Venus in Libra, as much as it loves love and it wants this, like, perfect soulmate love who's gonna just match them perfectly and, like, you know, that twin flame type shit, like, Venus in Libra also needs a lot of space because it's still air sign. And, you know, when they show up for bae, they want to just be their best and, like, be the sweetest and be the most romantic they can. So they need to kind of have some alone time in order to maintain themselves. Because when they're in a relationship, it's very easy for Venus and Libra to kind of lose sight of themselves. Because think it's the opposite of Venus and Aries. So when Venus and Aries is all about the self in relationships. It's all about, like, how do I love? You know, what do I give to this relationship? What do I want? Whereas Venus and Libra is like, what do we want? Like, how can we do this? And it can kind of lose sight of the self. Venus and Libra just, yeah, so sweet. Such a natural, like, flirter too. A Venus and Libra can know exactly what to say to make someone feel good. Like, they just have this intuition about it. They know exactly what to say, what to do. Like, being in a relationship feels so natural for them. Like, they just like to be around people. They really value connection. You know, Venus is your values and Libra's connection. So you value just, like, sweet connections. Like, yeah. Alright, Venus in Scorpio. So kind of like Venus in Aries, Venus does not really like to be in Scorpio. These are both Mars-ruled signs, so they're very, like, aggro. They're very aggressive. It's kind of the opposite of Venus energy, because Venus wants to be just, like, sweet and loving and kind of more, like, passive, like, in the receiving role rather than the, like, chasing role. But Mars is a chaser. Mars is a warrior. Like, Mars wants to fight for love. So when you got Venus in Aries or in Scorpio, it's going to be really, like, intense, you know, especially Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio is very intense because Venus and Scorpios value, like, the truth and trust above all else. Like, if you're a Venus in Scorpio, you want a bae that you can really, really trust. Like, you don't do lies. Like, no, things need to be real. That's what Scorpio desires, like, realness above all else. Like, you want that deep soul connection. You want to be transformed in love. Like, love is like a death experience for you. It's like a death simulation, death rebirth thing, because it's ruled by Pluto also. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, which is the planet of war, and Pluto, which is the planet of death and transformation and sex. So these are both very sexual planets also. So Venus and Scorpio really needs to have that sexual connection, like, needs that deep sexual connection, or else, like, it's not gonna work, you know? Like, your sex has to be bomb if you want to be with a Venus and Scorpio. Sorry. Like, Venus and Aries or Venus and Scorpio, like, those are the sexual Venus signs. I mean, obviously other Venus signs are sexual too, but those are the ones that are ruled by the planets of sex, so that's what I mean. Now, Venus and Scorpio will kind of do anything to get what they want. Like, for Scorpio as an archetype, like, the end justifies the means. So if you desire something really, really deeply, like, you're gonna do anything to get it. You'll go through any means you need in order to get that love, to get that desire. And it can be really difficult to let go as well. This goes for all of the fixed signs, so Venus in Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius can have a lot of trouble letting go because it's fixed. You know, you want the same thing. Like, you want what you want, and you're like, why would I have something else when I know what I want, you know? All right, moving on to Venus in Sagittarius. So this is mutable fire. So Venus in Sagittarius really just wants the adventure in love. Like, they want a love that they believe in, like a love that they can travel the world with, that they can go on adventures with, that they can party with. Like, they need someone fun. They need someone who doesn't smother them. Like, they need someone who doesn't feel like they're trying to pin them down. You know, Venus in Sagittarius just loves like the journey of life, and like wherever it takes them, that's where they'll go. So like if you want to be bae with a Venus in Sagittarius, like you gotta be down for the ride, cause they're just on the ride permanently. So you gotta be down for the adventure. You gotta believe in their dream. Yeah, Venus in Sagittarius, just they love to learn through love. They want people that are gonna be a little different from them. Maybe people from other countries, just someone that has a very different experience that they can learn from. Because Venus in Sagittarius really values learning from life experiences, like learning from their relationships. But yeah, they don't want to be tied down. Like Venus and Sagittarius can be in a relationship, and like they can be monogamous and exclusive, but they don't want to feel smothered. They don't want to feel like you're trying to trap them, because they're just going to want to break free. Like it's ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. So they're just going to keep pushing at those boundaries until they pop right out, because they're not Venus and Capricorn. We'll talk about that now. So Venus and Capricorn is very opposite. Venus in Capricorn wants commitment. Like Venus in Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so it's all about, the reality of the give and take in relationships, like that seriousness of like a long-term relationship, of commitment, of building something together, Venus in Capricorn wants to build. They want to link and build, This is a very like business traditional way of looking at a relationship almost, but like it's just realistic. Like they know if you're gonna be with someone, like they gotta have something to offer, like you're not gonna just be with someone just like like flings are not that appealing to a Venus in Capricorn. Sure, they might have a lot of flings just because they really value the meaning of commitment, and like they don't take it lightly. So when they do commit to someone, like they mean it, and they might go through a lot of different flings until they get there, because they're not gonna be your bae if they know it's not gonna work out in the long run. Like why would they invest that much energy into you? Energy, money, like work, stability. Like Venus in Capricorn wants to be your husband. Like they want to be your rock. They want to bring home the bacon to you and feed you. And Cancer and Capricorn are like the mother and father of the zodiac. So like they show their love by taking care of you. With Cancer, it's more of like a domestic, maternal, like I'm gonna make you feel comfy and like here, have some good food and like cheer up, feel good. And Capricorn's more like, I'm your rock and I will be here through it all and you can count on me. Like, I got you, babe. So, yeah, that's what Venus and Capricorn's about. They just want to be there for you. All right, Venus in Aquarius. So Venus in Aquarius, kind of a weird one. A little bit of a weird one. Venus in Aquarius has a kind of confusing way of loving to some people, because it's kind of detached. Because it's an air sign, it's really detached. Like you might not even know if a Venus in Aquarius likes you, but at the same time it's fixed air. So if a Venus in Aquarius chooses you, like they're gonna have a real hard time letting go of that idea of you two being together, because it's air, so this is mental. In all the air signs, love is a very mental thing. Like it has to make sense. And with Aquarius is the last air sign. This is really about like vibrations. Like, are you on the same frequency? If we're on the same frequency, you can come and get it. But otherwise, like, what's the point? Like Venus and Aquarius will date lots of people because they know that every connection has a meaning and you can learn from every connection. Everyone can connect in some way. Venus in Aquarius is always going to be open to meeting any type of person, all types of people. But again, it's going to be hard to get a Venus in Aquarius to commit. It's a very almost instant energy because it's ruled by Uranus, which is like lightning and like sudden flashes of intuition. So if you have a Venus in Aquarius, this is the type of like love, almost like love at first sight placement. Like this is like you see someone and you just know. It's just like you know, and it doesn't exist on any timeline because Aquarius goes beyond time, you know. This is the sign that's after Capricorn, which rules time. So Aquarius wants to transcend time. So Venus in Aquarius, it can feel almost like ethereal in a way. Not as much as Pisces, but we'll get into that. But it is a very like, it's not grounded. It's not a grounded type of love. It's a very extraterrestrial type of love. Like Venus and Aquarius can commit, and when they do commit, they mean it. Like they really do mean it. But it just takes a while for them to get there because ultimately Venus and Aquarius, kind of similar to Venus and Aries, values their independence. Like they don't want to feel smothered. They want to feel like they still have their own life and their own sense of personhood outside of the relationship. Like, they don't want that, like, soul merging type of thing. They want someone that they feel like really understands them, like, on a mental level, like, gets where they're coming from, gets their ideas, like, can talk about interesting things. They want a friend, essentially. Venus and Aquarius wants like a best friend as a lover. If you don't connect on a mental level, like it's just not gonna work with a Venus and Aquarius. Yeah. And if you're into a Venus and Aquarius, try not to take it personally. They take a lot of space. They don't really feel super comfortable expressing love all the time because Venus and Aquarius is the opposite of Venus and Leo. So if you think about Venus and Leo being like this sign that can give huge displays of affection and love and, you know, pull out the bouquet of roses, Aquarius is the opposite. So Aquarius is going to feel kind of uncomfortable doing all of that. And it's going to feel uncomfortable being like vulnerable in terms of like showing how much they actually are invested in you, how much they actually feel about you. Like, you'll probably never really know how much an Aquarius Venus actually likes you because they feel too self-conscious to actually communicate that, but they do feel very, very deeply, despite popular belief. Venus and Aquariuses can love. Just saying. Alright, Venus and Pisces. Last but not least, Venus and Pisces is the ultimate romantic. Venus and Pisces loves love. Like, and this is where it gets really ethereal. This is where we get into that spiritual love that just throws reality out the window. The thing is, Venus and Pisces can definitely put on those rose-colored lenses and not take them off. Like, Venus and Pisces are never going to really see love for what it is in this, like, physical 3D plane. Like, it will always transcend that. It will always feel so much bigger because Pisces is limitless. You know, Pisces is the last sign. Pisces is where boundaries go to die. So if you have your Venus in Pisces, boundaries can be a real struggle for you because you really do want to just dissolve into that love, like just lose yourself in it. You know, Pisces has no sense of self. Pisces, Venus want to lose themselves in their desires, want to lose themselves in their love. So this can be kind of dangerous because you can end up in some almost like self-sacrificial positions where you're not really like even remembering yourself. You know, I feel like Venus in Pisces and Venus in Libra can really struggle with the boundaries thing because they both love to merge. You know, they love to like forget about themselves in a relationship in a way. But it's so divine though. Like Venus and Pisces, their love really is just limitless and like transcendent and psychic, and they're just gonna be so in tune with Bae all the time. And they want the fairy tale, you know, they want the happy ever after. Alright, that's all the Venus signs. I hope you have a beautiful Valentine's Day. Treat yourself. Be your own Valentine. Buy yourself a flower. Buy yourself some chocolates. Get a stuffed animal. Like, do what you gotta do. Yeah, let's have a good weekend, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day.